Hello kitties and fellow apocalypters of the COVID-19 virus. This is Lliam Murphy and...
Dana Murphy.
That's right. It's the first time she's referred to herself like that. I'm quite impressed. She normally calls herself by her former name, Dana Marie Newell, for those of you that know her as that. Anyway, coming to you live from our lounge room on a Wednesday night.
It's not really live then, is it?
I like
but anyway.
to call it wine day. So we have wine. Cheers!
We haven't had wine in a very long
right.
time. We're dressed in our apocalyptic outfits. As you can see, we have our stakes. We are ready to go. But before we go and take out the world, we thought we would help you out a bit and tell you our top tips for not getting divorced whilst living in a confined space.
That's right. We thought you'd bring all you little cherubs some hope. You know, there's been so much doom and gloom lately with the coronavirus. Such a naughty virus. Yeah. So what's our first tip,
We have
Dana?
disclaimers first.
Oh, we have disclaimers.
So, we don't have kids or pets, so we realise that does make things a little bit more easier, but we do live in a very tiny apartment with hardly any light.
That's right. It's kind of like the lamp from Aladdin, you know? Like the genie when he holds up the lamp and he's like, itty bitty living space. It's exactly like that.
And we've been married for a little bit over a year.
That's
So
right.
we're still quite newlyweds.
Yeah. And you know, this is not our first rodeo as well with tough times work-wise, because when we first started our married life, because Dana had basically taken 4 months off to organise the wedding, which was amazing, I was kind of the breadwinner and Dana was freelancing. But as COVID-19 would have it, the roles are now reversed. Dana is my saviour and is the breadwinner, and I'm just lolling along with life, you know, it's great.
So we are well practiced.
That's right.
So our first tip is setting up the house for different activities for different times of day. There's a workspace, there's a relaxing space, there's a sleeping space, which is found very helpful.
There's a sex space.
I
I can say that, you know, we're married.
We're married now, it's okay. Another tip. Do not work beside each other every day, all day. We tried that before, it did not go down very well. So we've set up my workspace and Liam's workspace in different rooms of the house. This gives us some room to miss each other during the day.
That's right. I mean, so Dana has got our second bedroom, which is currently converted into a nice office. And I have a casa de couch, so where I can, you know, work from home in my tracksuit pants, you know, writing my films and my novel. And it's good. You know, there's that little bit of distance, and even we sometimes close both the doors.
If
from
we
the lounge room.
really want to miss each other.
That's right. You know, so out of sight, out of mind. So it's great.
We still talk to each other through the doors, but...
Or text. You know, because the apocalypse. I'm lazy. Whatever. Yeah.
So speaking of the apocalypse, if emotions are getting really intense, which they can during this time when you're living in each other's pockets, have a bit of time apart to sit alone, breathe, think about your feelings. Sometimes I go to the car even if I really need to get away and just sit in there, and then come back together and have a conversation like adults. It makes things a lot easier.
I can be very annoying, so she's learned some tricks nice and early. But on the same, you know, the flip side, so I think it's important that you just, you know, you don't just blow your top at one another. You know, you take time to process, you know, let the emotions kind of run through the body before you just get straight into talking about it. You know, give yourself time to process first. A little bit of space, what little you can have in the good old apocalypse.
So the car is good.
That's right, car's good. Garage is good. Toilet can be good. Anyway.
And it's important to say I'm sorry, which is really hard to do. I hate saying it, but it's a very good lesson to learn and skill to build. Time and a place for a conversation. So sometimes I might be ready for a rant about something and Liam's right beside me. So perfect time to let him have it about something completely that he's not even thinking about. But that's also not very helpful. So what I have found helpful is asking Lliam, when can I talk to you about this thing? And, you know, we'll book in some time at a place where you actually have some brain capacity for my rants, whatever
That's right.
maybe.
That's right. Perhaps you could come up with a signal like... It's wood, it's not metal. You know what I mean? You know, you could come up with something that indicates that you would like to organise a time to chat about that very important thing that's burning on your brain. In all fairness, half the time when Dana wants to rant, half the time I'm just zoning out. and staring
me
off into
talking.
space. No, not you talking, just in general in life. So, you know, you probably could talk to me about it, but, you know, I'm in my own little world. It's a guy thing.
While we still can get out, we really like to go for walks together and exercise in the morning in our converted dusty garage. It's really good for the endorphins.
And also I think we go for a walk for about an hour each night now, which is good, because technically that's not breaking the rule. We're only out for one walk and an endorphin exercise program in our garage, which is way too dusty, but anyway. But I think it's important because, you know, spending time, you know, doing exercise together, it's great for bonding, it's great for endorphins, but it also just gives you a chance just to be out in nature if you can find somewhere close. Yeah, your thoughts?
Yeah, that's my thoughts.
Great. Good ad.
Anyway, laughing together is also important. So Lliam loves to make me laugh, and he is quite dorky, and I get a bit embarrassed at the things I laugh at because they're really not that funny. But we have fun together anyway.
Actually, she's lying. I'm very funny. I don't know. You may recognise me from, you know, Netflix's Roasted On, which is a comedy about retail, working in retail, which I feel really bad for bringing that up because obviously no one's really able to work in retail right now. So I'm so sorry. But you'll get back on your feet in no time. You know? Good on you.
Yes.
Feel bad.
If you have something that you both enjoy doing, like puzzles or game boards, some people like game boards.
Dana
board
loves
games,
trivia.
board games.
Oh, she loves
no,
trivia.
Okay, anyway, let's not talk about trivia. Well, that's one example of things that I compromise. I do it because you like doing it, even though I hate trivia. But sometimes it's good to do something because someone else likes it, as long as it's reversed, you know, even Steven.
This video is a pure example of compromise on one person's behalf.
It's my compromise here.
I'll give you one guess.
Don't feel the need to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. We really enjoy starting the day and ending the day together, but I think releasing that pressure of I'm going to bed, you need to come to bed now too, could also be helpful.
That's true. I mean, I think as well though, if you're not ready to go to bed, you know, still be mindful of your partner's needs. So say for example, Dana's getting up at regular hours, still going to work. You know, so she needs her sleep, obviously, a little bit more than me. So I'll read on my Kindle, put the light down low so it doesn't wake her up, stuff like that. Still be considerate, you know, because you want to make this apocalypse work, because we don't know how long it's going to last for.
Do something nice for each other every day, whether it's just bringing them coffee or bringing them lunch or even just asking, can I get you anything? I really appreciate those acts of service. It's my love language, so that's probably why it's a big one for me.
And who brings you coffee every morning, my love?
Yes, you get 10 points. I do love it when he brings me coffee every morning.
It's a real treat when she brings me coffee though, you know what I mean? So it's not all the time, but it's just every now and then out of the blue, maybe when I've overslept or something. I tell you what, it's just like heaven. Beautiful moment.
And what else is another beautiful moment that you love doing? Cuddles on the couch.
Oh, I was going to say sex, but yes, cuddles. I do like cuddles on the couch. I literally thought you were going to say sex. Anyway, moving on.
And date nights. Even though you're with each other every day, all day, it's also so important to have special date nights where you spend time looking into each other's eyes, talking about meaningful things, maybe drinking wine, but just, spending quality time with each other and maybe even dressing up. Even though you don't go anywhere. Maybe go to that special place in your house that's your date night space, if you have room for it.
That's right.
That'd be good.
Put on the music.
Maybe this could be our date night couch.
It could be our date
Since
night
we
couch.
don't really sit on this couch very often.
You know, and then guys, you know, you can add a little bit of romance, you know, maybe you can sing to your woman, you know, like, it's business time.
I think that will come into the laughing point.
She thinks I'm hilarious.
Say thank you and I appreciate you and I love you regularly. Sometimes words of affirmation are not people's love language, but so it's really hard for me to say those things all the time because it's not my prominent love language, but it is yours. So I try hard to tell you that I love you all the time. I do.
She loves me. What next?
Praying together. So Liam and I are Christians, so if you have a faith, then it's really important to come together and to pray together regularly. It's a good time to share, be vulnerable in front of each other, and to also reflect and be thankful for the things.
In saying that, though, we understand that a lot of our friends don't come from a faith-based, sort of background, and that's totally fine. I think, we don't really care what you believe. We love you all, and we want you to be happy within yourselves. So this may be a really good time, even if faith is not your thing, just at least to come together, with your friends, with your family, and just create little spaces together where you can really hear each other out, hear each other's issues, you know what I mean, and just sort of air them out and just sort of, send some good vibes out into the universe, whatever it is that you believe in or don't believe in, but just get around one another, support each other, love each other, lift each other up, because this is one of the toughest things we've ever faced, as a global group of people. So it's a great time to love on one another and just look out for each other, you know what I mean? So send as much love back into the world as you can to your friends and family and those who need it most.
And the final one is sex. Have sex. Very important.
Lots of it.
We realize that as well in times like this, it's quite stressful, which is not a good endorphin. Does not create a good space for a romantic atmosphere. So even if you have to switch off the rest of the world and get into your sexy state of mind.
Yeah, and obviously, we understand for a lot of you, some of you might be stuck at home with the kids. Some of you might be stuck at home with every housemate under the sun. Some of you might be stuck at home with your parents. So we understand that that's not sexy. So, you just got to work around it, get creative, figure out ways to still keep the spark alive. And our marriage counsellor, he said something which is really awesome to us very early on when we were doing both premarital counselling and counselling after we got married, which is sex can be as simple as holding hands, and there we go, look at that.
Yeah, in Chris's opinion, we could be having sex right now, which is probably a little bit awkward for you. But whatever version of sex is in your brain, it's important just to keep that romantic intimacy alive. Okay, you're being disturbing now.
No, but just make time and space for one another, because we all complain when we're working super hard, like how little time we have to spend with one another. All you have now is time to spend with one another, so make those moments last. Don't waste the apocalypse, damn it. Spend time with your loved ones and make it sexy, alright?
And in your spare time, maybe whittle some more steaks.
I understand this is actually quite phallic now that I look at it on camera. Yeah.
Steak.
You know what? And for those of you that don't have partners, there are other booming trades that I'm sure would meet your needs if you so desire.
Anyway, that's all. That's all our tips that we have. So if we've missed anything out, by all means, please comment. We'd love to hear them. Because we don't have all the answers, but we just thought we'd share some of them.
That's right. And for parents watching this, sorry, Mum. Sorry, Dad. Sorry, Dana's mum. Sorry, Dana's dad. Sorry, Bernadette. Sorry, Paul.
Okay. All right. See ya.
Signing out.